Hello and welcome to Bitsbox World, Builds Made Easy. What a treat I have for you today. I've been looking forward to receiving this ever since Orcs and Goblin Tribes were released back into the old world at Warhammer. And I've been wanting to get a Snotling pump wagon for a while. I didn't have one originally during fantasy times, and I thought I'd treat myself. I'll go with getting one of these old school Snotling pump wagons. I love Snotlings for the Orcs and Goblins. Just they're there for fun and not really to be feared in any way, shape or form, but just there to be a bit fun and unpredictable and a bit annoying. So as you can see, comes in a little box and you get the instructions with it, and this is the classic old metal models. Wow, getting back into that was, I haven't used metal in quite some time, but really looking forward to putting this together. So let's take a look at the stats for this Snotling pump wagon. I've been super excited for this. I've whipped out my tome here, the Ravaging Hordes, and gone to the Orcs and Goblin Tribes section, and Snotling pump wagons for 35 points. You're getting a lot of fun. This light chariot, so it says on the side there, a pump wagon is little more than a ramshackle wooden hut on wheels. It moves under its own power provided not by draft animals but by the frantic efforts of Snotlings. This drives a simple mechanism that keeps the pump wagon moving, crushing and piercing any foe unfortunate enough to fall beneath it. So much fun. So looking forward to this and how Snotlings work and act. And you can see with the special rules as well that it's got random movement, so it's just going to be really fun with how this kind of jumps around the battlefield, rolls around the battlefield. So let's go ahead and get these built then. So you get this handy book here, or instruction manual, just how to put them all together. And gonna need a bit of super glue for this, and with the old metal models, a bit like resin I guess, but they're gonna be a bit weighty, but also needing a bit of strong super glue for them to actually hold together. And also with the old metal, it's really taken me back, lots of nostalgia on this, but you'll find that there's a lot of flash on them because of the way that they're molded. So I've got this handy little file and some clippers and a knife, so I can sort of file off any unwanted bits of flash on the edging. You kind of get mold lines going along. You do get that in part with plastic models and with resin models, but it did seem to be particularly bad with the metal models. Let me know in the comments below your experience with metal models, and is this bringing back a bit of nostalgia? Or if you're a first-time viewer of metal models, you're in for a treat if you're getting into the old world and getting into some of those more classic models. So you can see on this piece here, this sort of winch section, there's a bit of flash that just needs to be clipped off, but what that also does is it creates a bit of a sharp edge where you've made that clip, so definitely a file is needed, and you want to take time just to clean up all of these edges. Also, one of the other bits that I do is I do use the file to file any areas that are going to be glued together, super glued together, so you sort of have a shiny clean metal rather than this sort of powdery white metal, and that just helps them to glue together when you come to that point. So make sure you take the time to just prepare all of the pieces so they're ready for being put together. And also, if you wanted to, you could go with pins as well, just paper clips, like drilling little holes, using paper clips as a pin to pin the metal pieces together, and that would just give it some longevity in the future, because these are notorious for falling apart once you've painted them. But really loving handling a bit of metal again, and really looking forward to getting this thing built. It's really starting to come together, looking good. You can see the blades on the front. This I want to say is going to be absolutely deadly, and I'm really looking forward to just the random fun with it and how it will just bounce around the battlefield, hopefully doing a bit of carnage. Sticking on the wheels then, these I was thinking I might try and get them to move, but actually I'm going to stick this on a base eventually, so they can be stuck into place, and they've got these sort of blades that are hanging out the wheels. I'm really loving how this is starting to come together, and when you've got 8 snotlings hanging off the side of this thing, it's going to look awesome. It's going to look really, really good. So this bit is interesting. This is the wheel at the back that's meant to sort of give it a bit of a balance, I guess, at the back, and allow some steering, if you can imagine the snotlings doing that. But I was trying to figure out where it goes in, and I think it just slots into the bottom there, into that gap, but it did still feel a little bit loose. So a lot of super glue, and I wanted to show you this as well. This is like nostalgia moments. I had to build myself a bit of a drying, gluing rest for the pump wagon, because the scythe, the blade at the side, just kept falling off. So I didn't want to hold it any longer, so I balanced it on my files. Right, okay, moving on to the little snotlings then, these little green guys that are gonna cause so much fun and carnage. And they come with these little bases, so I assume they're probably similar models to those that you'd use with the snotling mobs that would go on bases. So they would be sort of a mob base that would all charge in, and need to clean them up as well. So doing exactly what I did with the pump wagon, just gonna clip off any of the flash and file away any of that excess metal that I don't want. But these guys do look really fun and really cool. I've said fun so many times in this video, but that's exactly what snotlings are. They're the youngest, I guess, youngest spawns from a goblin tribe's army. So they're the babies, the babies of goblin and orc tribes. And yeah, they're gonna just get in there and learn their trades, and as they start to do some awesome stuff, they're going to grow bigger into goblins and then into orcs. I believe that's what happens in a goblin tribe's army or group or warband, that as they do more carnage and more damage, they grow and get more aggressive. So yeah, let me know if that's right in the comments. Love to hear from you. And there's 8 of these 8 of these little snotlings. So I cleaned them all up, got them ready, and waited for the pump wagon to dry. But really looking forward to painting these, and that will be in my next video. So thanks for watching, and why not think about subscribing if you haven't, and yeah, see you again.